What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. And today, Arsenal, or what do we call them? Linked FC, looking at this player FC, talking to his agent FC, scouting the player FC. Another day, another Arsenal link. And, there's a whole heap of names today that we're being. Big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. On time today, by the way. No late FC business in the comments, So I'm on time today, people. History channel settings again, as always, people. We're gone with Thierry and Bobby on the background today. Hey, Bobby, why is French for vavavoom? Come on, man. You don't know already, people. And I have actually got that shirt, I need to get that back out as well. Although it's a bit baggy, to be fair. The shirts back then weren't too fitted. But big up everyone in the chat. Appreciate you all tuning in. Don't forget, people, tonight, England versus the Czech Republic, watch along, live from 7:30. Can England win the group? Do they even want to win the group? Because if they win the group, they're probably going to get a team in the French group, either France, Germany, or Portugal. If they come second, I believe they get the team in second in Spain's group, which could be Sweden, which could be an easier draw. We'll get into that later on anyway, people. History channel settings, again, as you know already, people. Omar, come on, Czech Republic. You need to relax with them talks, bro. It's coming home. Yeah, loving the history, but Nketiah needs a green screen. The day Nketiah leaves Arsenal is the day that I put Nketiah on the green screen. You know what I mean? And in fact, as you can see in the title, he's being linked today with a move. So we will get into that. But people, don't forget, like and subscribe as well. You don't know already, people. The latest name that Arsenal are being linked with is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, or as Everton fans call him, Dominic Calvin Lewandowski. Boyhood Arsenal fan. And he's being linked with a move to Arsenal. I'm sure by the end of this window, we'll have been linked with every striker in Europe, every centre-back in Europe. And we'll end up signing someone completely different. But the latest one, according to the Telegraph, Arsenal are keeping tabs on Everton striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He is, a boyhood Arsenal fan. I believe he's a Sheffield lad, but he's a gooner. But does that make any difference? A lot of players have been gooners over the years, and somehow we've still messed up those deals. Do you know what I mean? Jashar saying, leave Eddie alone. It's only banter, man. It's only banter, Eddie, man. I appreciate your work rate, Not much else, but I appreciate the work rate. Big up Alan, he said, congrats on 27K. Thank you very much again to all of you guys for supporting the channel. Man said he'll play Dominic Calvert-Lewin next to Thomas Partey. It wouldn't surprise you with Mikel Arteta, would it? But when the report, I won't go through the report too much, but the report basically saying that Calvert-Lewin has been disappointed with the project at Everton. He's very upset by the fact that their manager, Carlo Ancelotti, left the club. Of course, that's a very high-profile manager to play for, and him leaving, I think, has left the players a little bit wounded at Everton. Calvert-Lewin at the moment is the second-choice striker in the England squad behind Harry Kane, and obviously Harry Kane's out of form at the moment. So Calvert-Lewin may be thinking, you know what? I need to move to a bigger profile football club in order to push my career to the next level. Now, I like Calvert-Lewin. I do like him. I think he's a good Premier League striker. He's 24 years of age. He holds the ball up well. He's fantastic in the air. I saw a thing that he hadn't scored a goal from outside the penalty area for Everton last season. How true that is, I don't know. But would you pay £60 million for Dominic Calvert-Lewin? That's the question I want to ask you in the comments. Number one, do you believe Calvert-Lewin is better than Lacazette? I'm not comparing him to Aubameyang because we know Aubameyang will be at the club next year. Number one, do you think Calvert-Lewin is better than Lacazette? That's my first question. Number two, is Calvert-Lewin worth £60 million? They're the two questions I want to ask. Of course, You're going to pay an inflated price. He's Everton's number one striker. He's 24. He's English. All those things elevate the price. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Chris said Dominic Calvert-Lewin would cost 60 mil. He's not even that good, so he doesn't want him. Cello said, welcome Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Cronk out said 40 to 45 mil. Polymation said yes and yes. So you think he is better than Lacazette, and you do think he's worth 60 mil. Big up Don Draper. He said for 60 mil, you go for Lautaro Martinez or Lukaku. I just think, whilst I agree with you that those two strikers you name are better, I heard rumours last summer that Barcelona were quoted 90 million for Lautaro Martinez. Lukaku, I believe Inter paid 70 million pounds for him. I think his profile is even bigger now. After winning the title in Italy, he's scoring goals for Belgium. He looks very good. I think both of those players would cost you upwards of 70 million. And you know, I don't even think Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez would come to Arsenal. I got to be honest. I know Inter Milan are in debt, but I think they're going to sell Hakimi to PSG, and that will cover their problems. Real Captain said 40 million at the most, and of course they're not going to sell their best striker for 40 mil. Sinnet said Calvert-Lewin is a heading merchant. I mean, look, he came from Sheffield United in the lower leagues and kind of learnt his game there. He's not good enough, said Tim Smith. Alan O'Flynn said it depends on what system Arteta will use, but 60 million is a madness. I mean, look, I suppose he would be good for them days where Arsenal seem to just turn to cross the ball in FC, you know, and just put 20 crosses in. You know, he's not bad in that sense, but I'm still not totally convinced that Calvert-Lewin is the finished article. I still think there's a long way for him to improve to be worth £60 million. Spec said people are forgetting English tax and Arsenal tax. Yeah, people know we're a bit desperate. Is Calvert-Lewin better than Eddie and Giroud? I think he's better than Eddie. Giroud, probably a slightly more mobile Giroud. And Giroud is at the back end of his career. Peter Mounsey said, I'd like him, but he's not worth 60 mil. Neil said Calvert-Lewin is good in the air, so better than Lacazette, but not 60 million. It's 45 mil to take him. Sidant said, Dan said, we're in talks FC. Yeah, of course. If I were Asna, as you're mugging us off, I would go for Edouard. So you want us to take your leftovers, yeah? The guy you've turned down to sign Patson Daka, now we go for him. I suppose the good thing about Edouard, they're saying £18 million. That's where you've kind of got a question. That one could be worth it. Dominic said, big up, Curtis Calvert-Lewin is quality. Calvert-Lewin is the 2-meter Eddie. That's some next level slander, you know, William. The 2-meter Eddie, you know. Oh, my days. That's a Giroud with a 15-pack. Yanni said, I'm better than Eddie. You probably are, mate. I'd take Calvert-Lewin, but Arsenal will turn him into Dominic Calvin-Lewis. So you think we'll downgrade him? Edouard is good. Listen, I think Edouard now is the no-brainer at that price. If Arsenal are going to go and look for a striker, I just can't see the options. We should go for Isaac. He has so much potential. I think Isaac looks a good player for Sweden. I just think £60 million release clause. I would imagine you've got to pay most of that up front. I couldn't see Arsenal paying it if they could get him at a cheaper price. But why would Sociedad release him at a lower price? Jitesh said, big up yourself. See, I would take Calvert-Lewin any day. He's better than anything we've got. So he rates him highly. Has Dominic Calvert-Lewin got unlimited minutes, though? You know what I mean? Eddie gives you unlimited data, unlimited texts, unlimited minutes, you know, and a brand new Samsung S21. I don't know if Calvert-Lewin provides that. Neil said Andre Silva has left foot, right foot and header. Good in the box, finds spaces. I mean, we were talking about Andre Silva yesterday being linked with Arsenal for £35 million. That would probably represent better value for money than Calvert-Lewin. Jashar said, I'd rather spend on Calvert-Lewin over Ben White. Oshaya said, Big C, I think Leicester would accept 65 mil for Madders, and me personally, I would pay that. I've got to be honest, I think Maddison's worth that. Cap said, unlimited minutes. Come on, man. Striker is the least we need. It's funny, you know, because a lot of people say that, you know, that we don't need a striker, this, that, the other. But a lot of people last season, including Omar, and here he is, perfect timing, were hammering Aubameyang last season. And I think we've all kind of looked at Lacazette over the years and thought, okay, good player, but not the answer, you know? Lacazette hasn't scored 15 league goals in a season at Arsenal, and we paid £50 million. So I still kind of think we do need a striker. I get people's point. We do have bigger priorities. I definitely agree in that sense. But hey, we'll have to see. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I mean, his stats are nothing to write home about. We've got to be honest. His numbers are not great at Everton. 16 goals last year in the league, 13 the year before, 6 and 4 in the first 2 years, and 1 the first year. He only made 11 appearances. I think 8 were off the bench. And he was only about 20 at the time. But I personally, at 60 million, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I'm walking away. I got to be honest. I think that I would agree with this. I think he's okay. I don't think his numbers represent what we need. And like you said, they're Lacazette numbers. I think Lacazette got 13, 14 last season, and he was injured as well towards the end of the season. I think Lacazette would have probably got 15, 16 league goals, where Calvert-Lewin plays pretty much every game for Everton. Chris said Richarlison would be a better signing than him. I do like Richarlison. A bit moody, though. Edouard, Sabitzer and Awar for 55 million, less holidays, more action. One player there that I really, really want Arsenal to sign is Sabitzer. I think he's a fantastic player. Apparently available for around 20 million euros. You're looking at 17 million pounds. For me, an absolute no-brainer. Knots21 said, we do need a 20-plus goal striker. Our strikers are too inconsistent. And this is what I'm saying. Lacazette doesn't get the numbers. Aubameyang's had a very bad season. We're only going to find out next season whether that was a bad season for Aubameyang or whether he's actually declined as a footballer. And if it's the second one and that he has declined as a footballer, then all of a sudden everyone's going to sit there and go, oh, we need a striker because Aubameyang has declined and Lacazette ain't going to make, the amount of goals that we need. Brett said Sabitzer just makes too much sense. As we said yesterday, people, if it makes sense, Arsenal won't do it. We are just that club. Sabitzer for less than £20 million screams out to be bought and Arsenal will ignore it. Mateus Pereira at West Brom, double figures last year, 25 years of age, Brazilian, quicker than Odegaard, probably more skillful, stronger, but Arsenal won't do it. They want £15 million for him. Doesn't make sense for Arsenal because it's too sensible. They'll go and get someone else. Lone Star said it's coming home. I mean, we will touch on the whole England game tonight against Czech Republic. Senseless FC, yeah, exactly. But yeah, as I said, them Dominic Calvert-Lewin numbers, man, they don't excite me. £60 million, I'd stay well away from it. And just for obviously the benefit, someone was asking. This is a tweet from Calvert-Lewin, 2013. Come on, you Gunners, man. You know what time it is, people. Gooner, mate. Although I did see an interview at one stage where he was, when he was at Sheffield United, where he was saying he's now a Sheffield United fan. But come on, we know the truth. You're a gooner. You went to Sheffield United and, you tried to do what Harry Kane does. Harry Kane now, even though he went to the parade when Arsenal won the title, the Invincibles, and he was in the stadium at Highbury, he goes, my dad forced me to go there, but he said he's a boyhood Tottenham fan now, Harry Kane. We get it, Harry. When you go to Man City for 100 mil, next time Thierry Henry interviews you, just tell the truth. When you've, escaped that prison of White Hart Lane, you can tell everyone the truth. But we know the truth, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, mate. You ain't a Sheffield United fan. You're a gooner, mate. But it makes no difference, really, because... there are a lot of gooners that we never get hold of. Zaha's a gooner. There's loads, mate. Intianan said, afternoon, Curtis. This whole window so far looks like a massive PR stunt. Bruv, I'll be honest with you. And I've said this in a number of streams. At times when I'm planning the stream for the day, and I'm looking at the headlines. Sometimes I don't even want to report the story because I'm just like, nah, man. I don't ever want this channel to be viewed as clickbait channel. But at the same time, I can't ignore stories if it looks like, you know, there could potentially be substance. Do I think Calvert-Lewin comes to Arsenal? No, I don't think we'll pay £60 million for him. Do I think he's somebody we could potentially get? Yeah, I do. I think if Arsenal went in for Calvert-Lewin, he'd want to leave. I honestly do. I think he'd want to come to Arsenal because it puts him on a bigger platform, even though we're not, you know, we're not a giant right now, let's be honest. I do think Calvert-Lewin would come to Arsenal if we went in for him. Yeah, we're moving clickbaity, man. You know what I mean? That's the way we're moving right now. Darren said, do you think his content is good, my bro? You know how it goes, people. Big up South London's finest. Big up, people. Smash the likes. Yes, smash the likes, people. I think we got 1,000 likes yesterday, so that was fantastic. Really appreciate that. Curtis, so you kicked from AFTV? No, we're good, man. We're good. We're just focusing on our own thing right now. I should hopefully be involved in a couple of their watch-alongs maybe next week on Robbie's channel. So, yeah, man, we're cool, man. Big up Curtis, great content. Chris Wood is much cheaper, man, like Chris Wood, you know. One thing I will say, though, with Arsenal is I think we need a different option. I do honestly think Arsenal need a plan B. Sometimes you do need a... Listen, I'm not saying to go and get Chris Wood, of course, but sometimes it can't be pretty. Sometimes it can't be pretty, people. Sometimes you've just got to, you know, bring on the big man. I actually wish that we'd still kept Giroud. I realized that we couldn't keep Giroud because to get Giroud out, to get Aubameyang in, we had to get Giroud out because that meant Batshuayi went to Dortmund on loan. So all those pieces of the puzzle had to fit in order for us to get Aubameyang. And at the time, we just lost Alexis, so we had to sacrifice him. But sometimes, you know, when you watch Arsenal, and especially this season, you just think to yourself, we could do with Giroud coming off the bench. Or, you know, you've seen games this year where Arsenal put 27 crosses in, but you've got Lacazette up front, or you've got Aubameyang up front. If you had a Giroud, or you had a Calvert-Lewin, a Chris Wood, it would probably help us to have a striker like that. Obviously, watching Holland yesterday, one of the players, well, do you know what? Two players on that pitch that I was really interested in. One, obviously, was Memphis Depay, a player that I think Arsenal should have tried to sign. Naturally, he's gone to Barcelona. It wouldn't have happened. But there were rumours at one stage that deal was collapsing. I still think he would have been a great option, but we probably couldn't get him. But obviously, Daniel Malin, is it? The former Arsenal player. Didn't realise how quick this boy was, man. And to think we lost him on the cheap. Painful to watch these players, man, who, you know, have come through at Arsenal. You know, watch Gnabry the other day, who was absolutely outstanding. Now you watch this Daniel Malin. He's being linked with big moves. I think Real Madrid are interested in him. You know, it's just crazy. False manager said, Curtis, that Dominic Calvert-Lewin Twitter post was when we won 2-0 versus Bayern Munich. We did compete after all. Yeah, Malin is rapid. I honestly didn't know he was as quick as that. Lightning quick. Another Gnabry. Yeah, you can see he's going to leave. I think he's at PSV. He's going to end up at a top club, and we're going to be like, here we go again. You know, 2 games, 2 assists so far, said Omar for Haaland. He looks like a beast. Do you know what? If Van Dijk was fit, I think Holland could have potentially won this. I'm not saying they're the favourites. I think they are better teams than them, but they've got quality. You know, I think Van Dijk might just be the thing that lets them down. Malin to Dortmund. No disrespect to Dortmund. I think he could go to an even bigger team than that. Mob Squad said, apparently Carlo Ancelotti wants Calvert-Lewin at Real Madrid. I mean, Calvert-Lewin at Real Madrid. That's a strange one for me. I know, obviously, he's just worked with him. Maybe he sees a lot of potential, sees him as a future Benzema. I don't quite think he's as good as that. Did you watch Jeremy Doku yesterday for Belgium? He looks good. Bruv, another one. How quick is he, by the way? That boy is rapid. I honestly didn't know too much about him until I watched the game yesterday. Another quality performance from Romelu Lukaku. who scored another goal. But no, that boy Jeremy Doku, who I believe plays for Rennes in France, 19 years of age, absolute lightning quick. And I just think Arsenal needs someone like that. Somebody that's, just scares people when he's on the ball. I don't think many players get on the ball in this Arsenal team and scare defenders. Pepe a little bit, but I don't think there's enough. Listen, I'm not saying that Doku is that good, but I was just shocked by how quick he was. I have to admit his end product didn't look great, but he was lively. False Manager said Doku is the Belgian Theo Walcott. Yeah, I don't want brainless players like that, to be fair. Cheers, Curtis. You don't play Football Manager, do you? A little bit. When it first came out, I was playing. I haven't played it for a few months, to be fair. Italy look levels above because of Mancini, but it's the players, Curtis. There you go. You know what? Mancini, I would actually take him at Arsenal. Another manager that I would take. I got to be honest. I think he's a very good manager. He's won the Premier League and he's got Italy looking brilliant. I think Italy will take this one home. I think with Italy, the thing for me, I'll make a real judgment off them when they play a better team. I don't think they've been severely tested in that group yet. They battered Turkey, they against Wales, they were lucky. Bale should have equalised, Cap says Mancini in a heartbeat. Bro, baller back in the day. Roberto Mancini was a baller. Become a manager, clearly knows the game, good manager, had to handle difficult characters like Balotelli and that. I would definitely take him. For me, Italy will finish just short. I don't think that personally Italy will win the tournament, but it's wide open because I look at France, they're the massive favourites. I don't think they've looked great. I look at Germany, I think they look good, but they're conceding goals. I look at Portugal. Defensively, they look weak, but they're scoring goals. Look at Belgium, look good going forward. Defensively, don't look great. Italy look solid, but haven't really been tested yet. So it's a wide open tournament. I'm really, enjoying the fact that it's not clear cut who's going to win. Italy will prove you wrong, Curtis. Listen, I'm never surprised if Italy do well in a tournament. They're just known for that. South London's finest, Belgium, I've got a feeling. I think Lukaku is really, he's at it right now, man. He's confident. He's just won Serie A. He looks like he believes in his ability. Sometimes it's not about what you can't do. It's about what you can do. I think at Manchester United, Lukaku was second-guessing himself. He was being criticised for what he wasn't good at. I think he's gone to Italy and Antonio Conte said, listen, I know what your game is about, and let's play to what you're good at rather than looking at what you can't do. And I think that's what Belgium do with Lukaku as well. His goal record's outstanding for them. 2 in 3 is his goal record. So listen, the Euros is livening up now. I will start streaming a lot more once we go to the knockout stage. I decided not to get involved too much in the group stages. I will be doing Portugal against France tomorrow, watch along, and I will be doing England, Czech Republic. Once we get to the knockout stage, maybe every game to the end of the tournament. Curtis, do you prefer international tournaments based over Europe or in one country? I have to admit, I think I prefer one. I think I prefer one country. I gotta be honest. I think I prefer one country. I don't know. I think it's a bit of an unfair advantage, really. For England, you're playing home games. It's just England are so bad, they can't even take advantage of it. But I like it when it's all in one country. Everyone travels to the same place. You get all the hype, the fan park. I know obviously it's different because a lot of these countries, you can't have fans there. So one country feels like an all-day event. I think it's just brilliant when it's all in one country. Oh, mate, the 2 p.m. kickoff, Winford, man. I missed that 2 p.m. I was really enjoying 3 games a day. Now it's 2 games, but at the same time. Southgate out. 900 plus watching. Let's get the like target up. Is 1K, people. Can we hit 1,000 likes? And don't forget, subscribe if you haven't already. We're aiming for 30,000 by the start of the Premier League season. So we've got, just under 2 months to hit that. I believe we can get that. Big up to everyone for hitting 27K yesterday. Chris says, big up, Big C. I'm camping in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, but can't miss your live stream. When are we going to close a deal and bring in a difference maker? Big up to Chris out in the mountains. And listen, I just, yesterday, if anybody watched the stream yesterday, I ended up ranting a little bit at the start in calm fashion, in a little, comedy style fashion. But I just do not understand what Arsenal are doing at the moment. I don't get why they're sitting on their hands. It's the 22nd of June. The transfer window's been open nearly 2 weeks. But, naturally, you can get deals done weeks before the window opens. Why have Arsenal not done any business? We haven't sold one single player. We haven't signed one player. The one player that we went for publicly, Buendia, we got embarrassed by a team that's not even as big as us, by a team that finished below us in the league. I genuinely think that the press are sitting there every day going, have you got any Arsenal news? And they're going, not really. Who should we go for today? It's like they're drawing it out of a hat, Or Calvert-Lewin, Andre Silva yesterday. Tomorrow will be Odsonne Edouard, and then it will be, a different striker. They don't know what's going off at the moment. I'm just hoping that Arsenal surprises. The only reason I'm not going mad is because, unfortunately, you can't judge a window until it finishes. We signed Partey on the last day of the window. I hope we get our business done early this summer, but we're clearly not. Edu's in the Algarve on the jet ski spinning around, and Arteta thinks he's Picasso in Spain. Brett said, no 2 p.m. games is horrible for us in Australia. Now it's midnight or 3 a.m. Oh, that's a tough shift, man. 3 a.m. to watch England. Put you to sleep. It's not like much transfer activity is going on anywhere. Clubs are skint. Do you know what it is, though, Lone Star? I look at it like this. Liverpool have signed Konate. Villa have signed Buendia. Man City have offered 100 million for Kane. United offered, 70 million for Sancho. Now, you're right. There isn't a lot of transfer business going on. Leicester have signed Samare and Patson Dako. We are the team trying to catch up. When you're trying to catch up, you're the one who's got to do something. They're already in front of you. If Man City don't sign one player this summer, they'll still finish above us. It's regardless. When we're trying to play catch up, we've got to be on the front foot. Come out the trap flying. Get one deal done that wakes everyone up, Why do we always take so long to get deals done? And that's my problem. Sometimes we've got to be the team that just blows up the market. Bang. Imagine if Arsenal just signed Maddison right now. 60 million. Bang. We'll be on here. James Maddison, number 10. Or if we went and got, a Basuma. And Basuma is not even that big a signing, really. Like, he would be very important to us. But it's not a marquee signing in terms of the name. That should be baby food for Arsenal to get that deal done. The guy is desperate to come to Arsenal. He's an Arsenal fan. He's putting up posts with Arsenal shirts there. That should be light work. But unfortunately, Arsenal, they're not ruthless enough when it comes to the transfer market. The only place they're ruthless is season tickets and merchandise. And that's the honest truth. They are the only two places that Arsenal Football Club are ruthless, right? No European football this year, but they froze the season ticket prices. And then, they bring out 15 training kits in a season. I believe there's a new kit coming out next week. I don't know if it's the home kit or the third kit, but apparently there's a new kit out next week. When it comes to that side of business, we're one of the best in the country. Absolute best in the country. How many times did we joke last season on a watch-along? Said, don't worry, mate, on Monday there'll be a new training kit. And actually there was. Most Mondays there was a new training kit. But now during the transfer window, we don't say, oh, don't worry, Curtis, mate. On Monday they'll announce a new player. They don't announce a new player. You know what I mean? But they want season tickets. They're sending emails. This is unfortunately what we are right now. Arsenal business, Arsenal Limited. The business is first The football team is second, and that is because of this owner. The owner is a disgrace. And one thing I really hope, I hope when the season starts and fans are back inside that stadium, I hope the energy is redirected towards this owner again. We can't stop. You can't have two protests and say, right, that's it. Done my bit. That's it. I'm just going to go and watch the games now. No, this guy, until we get this owner out of the football club, this is what we are. Arsenal Limited, Arsenal Business, Arsenal Fashion Club. Do you know what I mean? This is how we're moving. The team that ultimately everyone in this country is trying to catch is Manchester City. Now, I know financially they are on a whole different planet, and I get that. But you've still got ambition to get near them at least. They just offered £100 million for Harry Kane. Now, I know Harry Kane looks absolutely garbage in the Euros, but the reality is he's the best striker in the Premier League, right? He's the best striker in the Premier League. And they've just won the league with no striker. So if they had Harry Kane, you might as well just give him the trophy already. Kane in Manchester City will be absolutely ridiculous, honestly. Can you imagine how many assists he'll get from De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva and players like Foden? Like I said, we had a bid yesterday rejected for Albert Lokonga, a guy that I'm going to be honest, I've barely heard of, from Anderlecht, who finished fourth in Belgium. We had a £14 million bid rejected for a guy that we've basically never heard of, while Manchester City offered £100 million for the best striker in the Premier League. Now, the levels are staggering. Like, we are so far behind Manchester City. It's unbelievable. I think they could keep that same squad for 2 or 3 years and we still wouldn't have caught them. It's absolutely crazy. And this is why I said to a lot of the fans, I love optimism, right? I want us to be optimistic. It's a new season. We've had a bad season. We're unhappy. But also be realistic. When they're saying we're going to spend 250 million, we ain't spending 250 million. We need to get that out of our head. They're not going to spend 250 million in one transfer window. It's just not going to happen, Thomas said, we're a step down from Anderlecht. Oh, my days. I mean, they are in Europe, so, maybe he's rejected it. I will answer this, Mark. One thing on this channel, I do not mind answering constructive criticism as long as you're not rude. I've got no problem. Mark said, you're too negative. Football is a business, full stop. Chelsea and Manchester City are both corrupt. Now, let me go into this, Mark. I'm happy to answer this in the best way I think. There's no evidence really to suggest that Stan Kroenke didn't make his money in a lot of ways. A lot of these billionaires didn't make all their money being clean their whole life. They've all done something here and there and avoided a bit of tax here and done something this. So saying Man City and Chelsea are both corrupt. All right, they've both had transfer bans. They obtain players by paying money, by paying cash to parents. Happens all over the world. They just got caught, right? Raul Sanelli got sacked from Arsenal. Why did he get sacked? Because he was corrupt, right? Allegedly, by the way. Allegedly, Raul Sanelli was corrupt. Brown envelopes all over the place. The club opened an investigation into that Pepe deal. So we're not this whole beautiful, clean-cut football team that we make out to be, right? Football is a business, full stop. But realistically, football is a sport and a business side by side. I do hear you. The club do have to make money, and I respect that. But also, their job is to try and build a football team that competes. You can't charge fans more money than any team in Europe and then give us this inept team that can't even qualify for the Conference League. The two aren't balanced. So to me, the corrupt in here, where you're saying Chelsea and Man City are corrupt, in my eyes, Arsenal are corrupt under this owner because they rip off the fans. The fans who pay the wages of these players, the fans who generate the income through merchandise and this, that, the other. You've just seen a season with no football fans. And I've got to be honest, I think it's one of the worst seasons we've ever watched. You can see when you watch these Euros games now and you see fans in the stadium. Denmark last night, I'm watching the Denmark game and I'm like, look at this feeling, 50,000 fans inside that stadium roaring. That's what football is all about. Football is not the same without the fans. So whilst I respect what you're saying, I don't agree with all of it. This corruption in Arsenal, don't think we're this clean-cut team and club. Not under this owner. They are happy to rip off fans. So listen, appreciate your comment, but respectfully, man, respectfully, I have to give you my opinion. You know what I mean? Beer brown envelopes was flying around the Emirates, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Raul had all kinds of corruption. Why do you think Cedric got a 4-year deal? Man couldn't get a 1-year deal at Southampton. He comes to Arsenal, gets 4 years. What do you think that's all about? Like, come on, do the maths. You know what I mean? Do the maths, people. Nicolas Pepe, a guy they said was rated at about 50 million. We bought him for 70. Why did that happen? Do the maths, people. Money ends up in people's pockets. Just Arsenal probably better than other teams at covering it up. Wolf of Wall Street settings, bro. You know what I'm saying? Edu, man, the best travel agent in the world right now. Got flights booked all over the place, people, Willian, come on, man. Yo, listen, people. You lot know, man. You know what time it is already, man. You know how this all works, man. Why did Willian get 3 years at Arsenal, man? Like you said, under the table business, man. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. Tarun said, you guys in England need to renew your season tickets and leave them seats empty. Fans in England can make the biggest noise. I hear you on that. I hear you. Another shameless plug, people. Apologies. I have to do it. You know what I mean? Franklin said, whoever we sign, we ain't catching City. You are being negative. You're upset we ain't making a signing. Who can we sign that would close that gap? Now, Franklin, appreciate your super chat. First of all, thank you for supporting the channel. I am not expecting Arsenal to get anywhere near Manchester City next season. That's just not realistic with this owner. If we had a different owner who spent a fortune, then it wouldn't be impossible. But under this owner, it's not realistic. So I am being negative about the way the football club is moving. We finished 8th last season. First time in 25 years, people, that Arsenal have finished outside of Europe. It's an absolute disaster, right? We have a manager that I don't believe is up to it. He may prove me wrong, but I don't think he is. We have an owner that doesn't care. He's proved that year after year. We have Edu, a director of football that for me is not up to the job. Whenever he's had to negotiate a deal of large amounts, he has flopped it. He messed up our, couldn't get that deal done. He turned down money for Nketiah and Maitland Niles, then turned around and said we couldn't afford our. Doesn't make no sense, right? He also messed up the Buendia deal. Couldn't get that deal over the line. He's only signed players for cheap, for free, or with release clauses, which need no negotiation. So to me, Edu, Vinay, Josh Kroenke, and Mikel Arteta, the 4 people running the club, in my opinion, are not up to the job. And Stan Kroenke, the owner. So I'm not being negative, my friend. I'm being realistic. We're 8th. We haven't signed a player. We haven't sold a player. There's no reason, forget even catching Manchester City. There's no reason to say that we're even going to catch West Ham or Leicester. Forget Man City, my friend. So again, appreciate your comment, but respectfully, people, respectfully. I don't mind debating with people, but respectfully, I will answer in the best way I believe possible. I don't believe I'm being negative. I believe I'm being realistic. Right, to bridge a gap, you have to do something. At this moment, we have done nothing. Now, I know it's early in the transfer window, that the window goes till the end of August, but the season starts mid-August. Us buying players at the end of August, I don't think is going to help us enough. Get people in early, take them on tour, let them settle. You start the season ready to go. Sign them on the last day of the window. They've had no pre-season. They've been traveling. They've been playing international tournaments. We've seen it with Partey. He came in late. It didn't work. I believe I am telling the truth. Listen, I respect anyone's opinion, right? But we don't always have to agree. That's the beauty of football, isn't it? Big up DLG said, never mind what Franklin is saying, as you are being 100% real on Arsenal's lack of transfer activities in the summer transfer window. Fact. Now, big up Franklin. Your opinion counts, innit? You know, as long as it ain't disrespectful, we'll debate it, man. You know, but we've got to demand more. We have to demand more. We can't be under Stan Kroenke's thumb and just accepting whatever he drops off the plate. A few little crumbs the man drops us. But I guarantee you won't hear nothing about transfers and signings. But you wait till that new kit comes out. You wait, mate, till the next kit comes out. You'll see Ian Wright in the Adidas video. They'll have adverts coming out. There'll be pictures all over social media. They won't let you off the line when it's time to buy the kits, people. But when we're asking for a signing, all right, nothing ain't turning up. Sean Dyche, Big C, can you imagine Chelsea and City keeping their manager after finishing 8th? It's just not going to happen. Man United fans wanted Ole sacked when they were like 3rd, 4th. Even 2nd, a lot of people were saying get rid of him. You know, what is it? The standards you set or the standards you accept. And I think Arsenal fans, it's not all our fault, but we've kind of got to a point where whatever happens at the club, we find like a reason for it to happen or an excuse sometimes for it to happen. Oh, Arteta needs more time. He needs another transfer window. He needs another right back, another centre mid. Don't get me wrong, he does need more players, but David Moyes finished above us with a worse team. You know, I just think even if he'd have finished top 6 and you know, I could have accepted that, but to finish 8th? Nah, man, no. But Curtis, it's the players. All right, listen, let's have a look at one or two other things. Something that will cheer me up, actually. I will be smiling about this one, respectfully. I have to keep saying this, people. Watford. Oh, Watford. Please make this happen, Watford. And I like this one. Prospero said, excuses breed mediocrity. I know, I love that comment. Excuses breed mediocrity, man. I always tell my son this, man. Accountability. You know, don't make excuses, man. Look for solutions. But listen, Watford. Watford are amongst the clubs monitoring Eddie Nketiah, who has been offered a new contract by Arsenal, but still yet to sign. I mean, what's crazy about this? Arsenal offered Eddie Nketiah a new deal, which I wouldn't have offered him a new deal, but I get it. He's got a year left. Maybe they were trying to add value to him, which Eddie Nketiah with 1 year or 4 years to me is worth the same. I don't think him having longer on his contract makes him more valuable. But the crazy thing about it is Eddie's actually got Arsenal waiting. You know, he's going, do you know, they must have rang him. Eddie Nketiah, you know what I mean? He was running around the house, practicing his celebration. The phone rings. Eddie offers him a new deal. And the crazy thing is, Eddie's actually telling these man, yo, you man just wait still. Let me see what options I've got, and then I'll come back to you. Imagine you got Eddie dealing with you like that. But hey, who am I to talk? But they have also asked about Arsenal's versatile midfielder, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. What I would say there, first of all, I think Ainsley can get a better move than Watford. I got to be honest. I've seen him linked with Palace, Southampton. I even saw a Leicester link. But Eddie, man said, Eddie, don't sign the ting. I lie. Don't sign the ting, Eddie, man. Eddie Nokia 3310. Get him over there, man. Like you said, man, the training ground's next door. You know, you put Arsenal in your sat-nav, and just when you get to the training ground, you just turn right to Watford, you know? No, in fact, it's on the left. Arsenal's on the right, so you just turn left, you know? Man like Eddie, you know, Eddie. Get him over to Watford. I think, you know, be a good backup plan there for, who've they got? Troy Deeney and my boy Andre Gray's over there. Eddie to Watford makes sense to me. Flip phone settings, man. You know what I'm saying? Curtis, why you got old players in the background, bro? So explain to him, people. Tell him. Tell him that we haven't had a good team in the past decade, so I'm forced to resort to History Channel settings. Until we fix up Rewind, this is all you're going to see on my background. Strictly Invincibles and old players, you know. Man said backup plan. Yeah, new backup plan, you know. EE, 5G, unlimited minutes, texts, and phone calls. Worldwide, you know. Free calls everywhere. You can sort all the boys out at Watford with fresh contracts, you know. It makes total sense to me. Get everyone on EE over there, you know. They'll love the the phone call celebration. Get yourself over there, bro. Get yourself over there, Eddie. They're saying between 10 and 15 million pounds. For me, 10 mil, 15 mil, I'll take it. 1 year left on his deal. Thank you for the brace against Norwich, Eddie. Oh, yeah, and don't forget, thank you very much for the 97th minute equaliser against Fulham at home when he celebrated in front of a packed crowd of no one. Yeah, that day goes down in the history books for me, people. Eddie's a legend, man, in a sort of unlegendary way, if you know what I mean. But hey, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I think Ainsley's done at Arsenal. I don't think and what's his name? Mikel Arteta. I don't think Mikel Arteta wants anything to do with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So I think, but yeah, for me, Watford is not the move for him. Rossi said he's England's under 21 top marksman. I mean, bro, the guy's 22. Let me just refer you to that. Eddie's 22, playing England under 21s. Do you know what I'm saying? Of course, he's doing bits. He's good against his own age group or younger. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with it, people. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Eddie, one thing I'll say, he's come through the system. He's banged goals in at youth level. He's banged goals in at under 21s. But he's not good enough. He's not good enough for Arsenal first team. Respectfully, people. You know what I'm saying? That's my word of the day. He's just not good enough. I know I banter the guy a lot, but he's not good enough. Not every player that comes through at Arsenal is there to make it to the first team. If a guy comes through the youth system and you sell him for 15 million, your youth system's doing the business. You know what I mean? That's 15 million pound you've made. Yo, legend in an unlegendary way. You know what I'm talking about, innit? You know, no disrespect, Eddie, but, 1.2K, you lot are legends. Now, you lot are legends in a legendary way. You know what I'm saying? Not legends in an unlegendary way. You lot are legit. 1.2K people, and the stories aren't even, banging that much right now. So I really appreciate the support, man, because, Arsenal are ramping right now. I think Edu and Mikel Arteta must be watching the Euros. I don't even know if they know the transfer window's open. That's how bad it is. Ainsley for Ismaili Sarr. Just take my money. I like him, man. Decent player, left-footed, difficult to play against. He's done bits. Bro, you the man. Big up Robert, man. Exceptionally average, Eddie and Nketiah. I think that's a fair description of him from you, to be honest. This is the channel, One Love All. Come on, man. Togetherness, people. You know about togetherness, man. Bob Marley, man. Unity, man. Unity is what this channel is all about. Here for the man, not the story. Big up, Big C. Hey, respect, man. I really appreciate that. You're a real one, Big C. Love from Miranda. Big up, man. Matt said, we're here for you. I need this therapy in between checking Twitter. Oh, mate. On a real, how many times do you, refresh Twitter on a daily basis? Just looking please, Fabrizio, where's the breaking news, man? Give us something to feed off. Even as I'm doing this show now, I'm refreshing Twitter, just to see. There's people always trolling in the comments going, yeah, we've just signed this player or that player. Thomas Partey's announced that he's going to be wearing the number 5 shirt next year. We're going to see a better Thomas Partey in that number 18 shirt. He was a bit of a disaster. Big up, someone just put actually. Hey, big up Liz. I've just seen this story. I'm not sure how good a source this is, but I am going to bring it up. Here it is. Let's hope there is some truth in this. Negotiations between Arsenal and Lyon for Houssem Aouar are very advanced, with Arsenal set to sign the Frenchman for 35 million euros. Now, what I will say, first of all, this source is not a top-level source. So I don't want you guys to get too excited in terms of this one. If you start seeing bigger, journalists, Chris Wheatley and people like that report it, then I'll say, right, it's on the way. But this guy is not the best of journalists to be going through. But listen, Aouar, for me, he's had a quiet season. As you said, Brett, every player in Europe seems to be worth 35 million. But when it's an Arsenal player, they're worth like 8 million, Make it make sense, people. But Aouar, for me, is still a top quality player. I like him. I just get the impression that Mikel Arteta does not want a player like Basuma next to Thomas Partey. I said this in a previous stream that we did. I think that he wants to play possession-based football. When you watch Arsenal play, we're constantly playing out from the back, the way that Manchester City do. The problem is we're not very good at it, right? We're not very good at it. And I think that he wants a ball-playing centre-back, which is where the Ben White thing is. And I think he wants a ball-playing centre-mid, and Aouar and Neves, somebody that can dictate play. I think if you were to play Basuma and Thomas Partey in the middle of midfield, do you have a guy there that can go and boss the game on the ball? Give me the ball, keep it, rotate possession. Give us 60-65% possession in a difficult game. I don't think Basuma or Thomas Partey, that is their speciality. And this is why I don't think Arsenal are going for Basuma. As much as we all would go for Basuma, we all love Basuma. I would love Arsenal to sign Basuma. I just don't think that this is the guy they're going to go for. I really don't. Aouar is sick. If he clicks, he'll smash it at Arsenal. I think he's good. Very advanced. I mean, when I see very advanced, man, that should be all over the press. What does very advanced mean in Arsenal terms? I don't know. Maybe they're dialing the number on the phone to ring the Lyon president, on Eddie and Nketiah mobile services. That's probably how advanced Arsenal are, we've picked the phone up. We're dialing the number, but we haven't actually made an offer yet. I think that's it. So look out for the Aouar headline for tomorrow, people. Basuma looks better on the ball than Partey for me. I mean, Partey was not. I don't think Partey was very impressive on the ball last season. That's for certain. He killed a lot of pigeons. 2 more games of pigeons getting hit, and RSPCA was turning up. Arshia said, I would play Aouar as an 8 with Partey and Maddison. Both of them for 90 mil should get them done. I'd love it. We'd be playing some great football. Basuma, listen, we all want Basuma. It's a good question. Kasim Curtis, how do you feel as an Arsenal fan genuinely? Do you know what, bruv? How can I explain it? That's a great question. It's almost like I'm just used to it. It's almost like I'm just used to it now. You can't, my friends, no one, you can't even banter me about Arsenal no more. Do you know what I'm saying? I used to get bantered when we lost, like, yo, Arsenal. Nah, they just go, another one. We're like DJ Khaled, another one. Beer L's, bruv. Them ones. I'm just used to it. Transfer window, I get hyped up, then I get let down. Then I start the season thinking top 4, then I get let down. Then we finish 8th. Then Arteta does madness. Usually I have that little bit of hope that, we can win the Europa League. But now I ain't even got that to feed off. You know what I'm saying? I feel quite disconnected. I got to be honest. Feel a little bit disconnected with the football club right now. Maybe it's because we couldn't go to games and stuff like that. Do you know what? I'm looking forward to going back to games again. I got to be honest. But if I see that same football as last year, I won't be going for long. Let's put it that way. He wants a Fabregas-like player next to Partey. I mean, imagine Cess next to him, man. That's the player. It's crazy because years ago, we had loads of ball players and we needed a powerhouse. Now we've got the powerhouse. We ain't got the guy who can boss possession. Man said, old Arsenal players, bro. Curtis, I remember being gassed watching them man play ball. I used to show my gal at the time Arsenal highlights and tell instead of watching soaps. Bruv, now you're watching soaps, bruv. Now you'll watch EastEnders over an Arsenal game. It's going to be more entertaining. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? You'll see Phil Mitchell attack more than we attack. You know what I'm saying? Stevie Bold has left Arsenal. Is it a big loss? Nah, Steve Bold, listen, he's been at the club for a long time. And, he was there when we were a good team. So, again, respectfully, Stevie Bold. But let's be honest, when he got the assistant manager's job, nobody knew what he was really doing. I never saw him communicate with Arsene Wenger. It was if Wenger just told him to sit there and keep his mouth shut. You know what I mean? Pat Rice used to talk to Wenger. I never seen Steve Bold communicate with Arsene Wenger. So Stevie Bold's on his way. Yeah, I know. No, I gotta be respectful. Look what man. Look, got my like Nicky saying, "Good riddance, Steve." Look, I'm trying to be respectful here. Man are just going mad. Now, do you know what it is? Steve Bold, the player. Yeah, man. High regard, enough respect. Stevie Bold, beast. Steve Bold, the coach. No, you need to get out, mate. This guy nearly got Arsenal under 23s relegated. In fact, I don't even think you can get relegated in that league. But this guy had us third from bottom with Balogun and them man in the team. So, nah, like I said, Steve Bold, player. Yeah, man, enough respect for you, Stevie Bold. Proper centre-back still. Could have done with you now. But Steve Bold, the coach, nah, absolute myth. Absolute myth of a coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it 100, people. You know what I'm saying? Man said the guy with the AirPods communicates more. Steve was one of them, man. He was just too happy to be there, man. So he was dealing. I don't know what they had Steve Bold doing. Did he have his badges or what? I don't even know what this guy was doing. Man's the cone man to the cone man. Man's putting out cones for the cone man. Do you know what I'm saying? Yet this guy was an Arsenal legend. The disrespect is mad. But like I say, Stevie Bold, yo, as a centre back, enough respect for you, brethren. You was a proper centre back. As a coach, nah, it's not you, bro. It ain't for everyone, man. I'm being real. It ain't for everyone. Man said the man is a cone. Man just gets put in the corner and has to stand there. Nah, it's mad. Happy to be on the payroll, 100 bands, bro. You know when Steve Bold got appointed, I thought, yo, he's going to get Arsenal defending proper. Can you imagine the coaching sessions? Bro, we were getting worse. We were getting worse under him. I don't know what kind of coaching he was doing. Big up Andrew Lapierre said, salute you, Big C. I've not felt that we are slowly making improvement. Oh, have you not felt? Defense is better, right? Now we are doing midfield. See, I have this debate with a lot of people. It sounds crazy what I'm about to say. Conceding less goals, to me, doesn't necessarily mean you're a better defense. And some people will think that sounds wild. But we're losing more games, but we're not conceding as many goals. So to me, the defense is no better. I know everyone's jumping on this stat that, we conceded the third least goals in the Premier League last year, but we lost 13 games. So yeah, we may only lose games 1-0, 2-1. We ain't getting the 3-0s and that Wenger was getting, but we're losing 13 instead of losing 7. So to me, I don't think we are that much better in defence. I look at our back four last year. Tierney, quality, but injured a lot. Bellerin, poor. Chambers, I don't really rate him at right back. Decent crosser, but not a full back. Cedric was okay, but then got dropped. Never seen him. Rob Holding, to me, not good enough. I don't get it. I don't think we are that much better in defence. I really don't. 13 losses is not an improvement. It's an embarrassment. You're just losing 1-0, 2-1. That's it. But you're getting slapped. School Fuggery said, everyone peppers our goal like steak. We're just like a steak just laying there getting fried, fam. A man are just peppering us. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. Listen, I hear what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But I actually don't buy into that we are that much better in defence. Maybe a little more organised, but nah. Defense better. We finished 8th. That's what I'm saying. Better defense. People live off stats. Certain stats, man, I think you have to dig deeper into them, you know. 0-1 to the Arsenal. Not even 1-0 to the Arsenal, you know. Man like Stevie Bold on his way out anyway. And listen, as far as I'm concerned, like I said, player, mad respect, quality centre-back, coach, absolute myth of a coach. You know what I mean? I don't even know if he's got his badges, but hey, we'll leave it there. Oh, dear. Bob Boldin, end of argument. I mean, listen, we went to a European semi-final, first leg, with Rob Holding as our captain. I mean, say no more, man. Say no more, people. He wore the armband Villarreal away. We were 2-0 down after 25 minutes. I need answers, people. I still need answers. Over 1.2 still watching, people. I love it. Smash a like. Can we hit 1,000 likes? Amazing support as always. Subscribe if you haven't already. Can we hit 30k by the start of the Premier League season? Shambolic. Man said he's questioned his badges. Bro, you got to ask questions, man. You know what I'm saying? Free shirt printing for Thomas Partey. This is the email that's coming. You know that, innit? Come and get your brand new piss-stained Arsenal away shirt with Thomas Partey number 5 on the back. No, he ain't. They're going to feed us Thomas Partey on social media like we've signed him just now because he's changed his shirt number. So all of a sudden, his shots ain't hitting pigeons no more. They're going to go in the top corner because he's changed from number 18 to 5. That's what they're going to feed us. Be prepared for it, people. But listen, Thomas Partey, clean slate for you this season. Put a proper centre midfielder next to him and give the man a chance, man. You know what I'm saying? I said last season he's going to get polluted by the toxic players that we've got around him. And it definitely happened. You know, man turned up as a freshwater, stream. By the end of it, all kinds of pollution, man. El Neni, Xhaka, all these, man, Ceballos. I didn't even recognize Thomas Partey by the end of the season. Like I said, I thought we was in 2014 with Frimpong centre midfield, brother. It was mad. Partey is basically like a new signing. It was Wenger's favourite say in every transfer window. Oh, Danny Welbeck's back from 6 months out injured. He's like a new signing. We heard it, man. We learnt from the best. I'm sure you'll hear Mikel Arteta say it. Henry said he turned off Arsenal when Xhaka was captain, now holding. Yeah, I think you turn it off then. I think you just throw it in the bin now when it's holding. Curtis, what is our style of football? I just see a team that's robotic and not allowed to express themselves like the Alexis Sanchez, Ozil and Santi Cazorla. As I said, I think Mikel Arteta wants to play like Man City, but he doesn't have the players and he's not a good enough coach either. So it's like I said, you can put a spoiler on the back of a Fiesta, but it's still a Fiesta. It's just a flashy Fiesta, and that's what Arsenal are right now. He's trying to turn a Fiesta into a Ferrari, and it don't work. You got to buy the car. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, football is. I think we're trying to be Man City, but we certainly ain't Man City. We're more like Hull City, bruv. Big up Vegas Gunner. He said, Curtis, God forbid, but what happens if we finish out of Europe again this upcoming season? It will be same again. It will become the norm. It will become the norm, bruv. Unfortunately, with Arsenal, under this ownership, the way they feed the PR to the fans, and they kind of hypnotize the fan base. So what happened was, late 90s, early 2000s, Arsenal basically won the league or came second. Then, for years, it was top 4. Then top 4 went, and it was top 6, Europa League. Now Europa League's gone, it's top 8. And it will happen again and again and again unless these guys invest money. It will just become the norm because Europa League, under Arsene Wenger in the top 4, we could never have imagined Europa League. But then after 4 years of it, it became normal. We've forgotten what Champions League felt like. And Europa League just felt like Europe to me, Thursday night football. Now we're out of Europe. We'll get used to having no Europe. They'll feed it us that, not being in Europe is a good thing, because Arteta can get on the training ground and coach them. I mean, do me a favour, people. Do me a favour. 10th next season. Listen, this window, they need to sort this window out. It's not unrealistic. Next season we'll be top 10. Yeah, we'll turn into Crystal Palace, bruv, at this rate. It only takes one big window. One big transfer window, 200 million, 4 players that go straight into the first team. Imagine if Arsenal sign a top quality right back, centre mid, number 10. What type of team do we become? You go and get Maddison, Basuma. That's probably 100 mil. 60 for Maddison, 40 for Basuma. You go and buy a quality right back. I think Hakimi will go PSG. But if you got a Lamptey, a Max Aaron, someone like that, maybe that Emerson guy at Barca, I don't know how good he is, to be honest. You go and get, let's say he wants Ben White. I'm not sure if Ben White's the answer at 50 mil. But if you got 4 players like that who go straight into the team, and then, all of a sudden, I think we're challenging for top 4. We're definitely getting Europe. But it is what it is. False Manager said, clip it. Arsenal will finish 3rd in the Prem. next season after I buy the next FIFA and set it to semi-pro. That's the only way. That's the only way, bruv. Do you know what I mean? We haven't sold a single player. I'm crying. Listen, it's hard to sell junk. You know, when you go in your cupboard, right, and you get out, you go, right, I'm going to clear out my old clothes. And you pull out clothes from 5 years ago. They're dusty, some old dusty jacket that don't even fit you no more. Bro, certain times, you know what? You can't fling that on eBay, you know. That thing's just too mash up. You have to put it in the bin liner and just give it to the charity shop. And this is what Arsenal are doing right now. They got bare dusty old clothes that no one wants, but they're trying to sell them on eBay. They ain't even getting one bid for them. No one ain't even looking at them. No one don't want to buy no Granit Xhaka for 20 million euros. Or no Hector Bellerin for 20. These men are on like 100 grand a week as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Man said it's vintage retro. Yeah, that's how they're trying to make it look, you know, but that don't work, unfortunately. It's like going to a car boot and coming home with all your crap no one wanted. You know what I mean? Arsenal actually buy more of it. They'll take a boot full of crap and buy more of it and bring it back. You go, yo, you were meant to go there and sell bits. They go, yeah, but this Willian, mate, it was just so cheap. I had to buy it. You know, and this Cedric, you know, it was only £1. I thought, you know, why not? And that's what Arsenal do. They're hoarding. They're actually hoarders, mate. Arsenal training videos hitting top bins. Yeah, you know what time it is, man. When they go on tour, they'll have their new kit on. They'll beat a few teams. You know, Arteta will start with the press conferences again. I mean, I'm afraid of his press conferences, man. I need to stay away from them, although they do provide great content because he just, you know, some of the things he says are mad. Dear. You know what I mean? Please take our players, man. Yo, you buy this El Neni, you get this Bellerin free, man. Just take them both. You know? It's madness. Big up John Layout. He said, big up Curtis. The Milky Way Blue Banana kit, Urine kit, and pretend Arsenal Ajax home kit. As soon as I saw that email, I reported it for spam. The best thing to do, mate. You're going to get way more of them as well. They'll find a way to get into your inbox, bruv. Like I said, you wait for this. Apparently, there's a new kit coming out next week. That's what I heard. Yeah, buy one, you get 10 free. 2 in 1 business, man. But anyway, just looking ahead, people, to the England game tonight. And like I said, I will be streaming. I'll be live from 7:30, England against Czech Republic. So join me for that. Should be a good game. I mean, if England win and finish the group top, they'll actually get a harder game. So does Gareth, you know, try and draw the game? I don't know. England are so wild, you know, they'll probably try and draw and end up winning without even trying to win it or something, you know. But the news, an Arsenal player and maybe a potential future Arsenal player. I'm joking, by the way, people. We know this ain't happening, but the Mail Sport breaking news, Jack Grealish will finally start for England at Euro 2020 against the Czech Republic tonight. And Bukayo Saka, not Jadon Sancho, could replace Phil Foden. I mean, if I'm Jadon Sancho, mate, you might as well just leave the group. You might as well ring an Uber and get out of there, mate. I don't know what that guy has got to do to start. Does Southgate think that Sancho's German because he plays in the Bundesliga? I don't get it. I don't get it. This guy's being linked with a £90 million move to Manchester United, and the guy can't get a kick. I don't know what he's done to Southgate, but he's seriously upset him. Sancho this season in 26 games, this is just the league games, 19 goal contribution. Last season, he contributed 33 goal contribution in 32 games. And the year before, 26. He's one of the most sought after right wingers in world football. He's 21 years of age and he can't get in the England team. I don't get it. But I got to back our boy Bukayo, man, you know. Yeah, I hear you. Some people saying Sancho's better on the left now. Maybe that's what's holding him up. But they're saying Bukayo Saka could start on the right-hand side with Grealish on the left and Harry Kane through the middle. So, listen, I'll be excited to see Saka if he plays. It's harsh on Sancho, but it is what it is, man. I'm just thinking with our Arsenal head on right now. Mikel Southgate, man, 100%. Them two, they must be best friends. They have to be best friends, man. Listen, hopefully, Saka, good performance, injury-free, do your thing. I want him, I want his reputation to go through the roof. Start tonight and score the winner. So join me for that 7:30, man. Hopefully, finally, we're going to have an Arsenal player to actually enjoy watching in the Euros. We've got about 3 or 4 players in the Euros. Most of them don't play. Tierney played well. Xhaka, I don't really even connect with that guy anyway. Saka ain't been playing. Omar, look at this slander. Come on, shit, I'm rooting for every team that plays against England. That's too much, bro. As I said, yo, Curtis, your banter game is strong. Not sure how you keep a straight face with your lyrics. Arsenal are on Chuckle Brother settings. Bro, I'm used to it, man. This is Arsenal, bro. This is all we're used to right now. Banter FC. Smash the likes. Yeah, can we hit 1,000 likes, people? Listen, amazing support. Still over 1,000 of you in here. Imagine when we start actually doing things exciting and signing players and selling players, man. We'll be going crazy. To me, to you, settings, man. Big up the Chuckle Brothers, man. Legends of the game. No Sancho, sack this fraud Southgate. They're also saying as well in that article that Harry Maguire will start tonight ahead of Tyrone Mings. Very harsh, really. 2 clean sheets in the first 2 games. But, that big club bias is a real thing, I think, when it comes to England. The fact he plays for Man United and he's the captain, this, that, the other. I think Henderson will play as well. And the other breaking news was that 60,000 fans are allowed in Wembley for the semi-final and the final, which is interesting, Will England be there is the question. I would say probably not, which is the only unfortunate thing. But we'll have to see. Listen, people, appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you very much for your fantastic support as always. If you're a bit more consistent, you would get 50k easily. Listen, the consistency is there now, man. We're banging from now till the end of the season. No messing about. Big up for all your fantastic support, people. Really appreciate it. And I'll be back tonight. Join me tonight, 7:30, England against Czech Republic. Smash a like on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you, Arsenal, a link with tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. as well. And tomorrow evening, I will be streaming Portugal against France. So join me tonight for England against Czech Republic. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. Take care. And I'll be back later on. Bless.